last night, 67-50. Martinsville beat Lawrenceville 70-63. Lost last night to Sullivan 65-54. So here we go. The tap controlled by T-Town. Mitch Custer, left wing pass to Gubzinski. Now the corner to Custer. They work it to Johnny King on the right side. Gubzinski baseline jumper is no good. Rebound fought for and tapped out front. And the wooden shoes will go on the attack again. Johnny King dribbles to the left baseline. Gives it off in the corner to Custer. Custer to the hole. Shoots. No good. Rebound fought for and brought down by the Blue Streaks. Kribelar. Clayton Kribelar leaves it off for Thad Reed. Across the timeline he comes to Chris Bennett, the 6'4 senior. Gives it off now to Craig Martin. Here is Bennett on the baseline. Shooting and scoring. Went right around Gubzinski and scored. A nice move by the 6'4 Bennett. And the first 2 points of the game belong to Martinsville. Johnny King is deep on the left wing. Top of the key to Custer. In the corner to Gubzinski. Underneath the King. Ball knocked away and taken away by the Blue Streaks. Blue Streaks head coach Dennis Bennett across the sideline, signaling a triangle. And there's a traveling call against Martinsville's Thad Reed. So T-Town, the defending Basketball Capital Classic champions, bidding to go 3-0 and make it back to the championship game to defend their championship tonight at Bridgeport. Here is Nick Swingler between the circles, now to Custer. Now to Gubzinski deep on the left wing. Martinsville's gone man-to-man here and really causing some problems for T-Town. A shot from the corner by Custer, no good. King the rebound. Johnny King puts it up and scores, and a foul for Martinsville quickly. Off the bench, a 5'8 sophomore. Free throw up and in by King. 3-2 in favor of the wooden shoes. Must be the shoes. Across the timeline comes the Martinsville player. Ball knocked away. That was Thad Reed who made it across the timeline. Ball knocked away, but a foul charge against the wooden shoes. T-Town and Martinsville in this game. Full court man-to-man pressure by the wooden shoes. Across the timeline comes Thad Reed. Lays it off now to Wilson. Top of the key, they go to Bennett. Left side again to Thad Reed. Top of the key to Kribelar. Here's Bennett dribbling on the right side. His turnaround jumper is good. Well, Bennett, who did not have a good game in last night's second game, after scoring 30 against Lawrenceville, is off to a better start here than he did in last night's game against Sullivan. And it's 4-3 in favor of the Blue Streaks, who are the home team here. There's the ball knocked away, but underneath, shot is up and no good by Taylor of T-Town, recovered by Custer. Back out front to Swingler, between the circles to Johnny King. King looks to the middle, now Swingler on the left wing. Top of the key to King. Now to Custer. Custer dribbles through traffic, lays it up and in off glass. Smooth Mitch Custer. 5'11 All-Stater from T-Town. And the Wooden Shoes have a 5-4 lead. They're the visitors here on the scoreboard this afternoon, dressed in their purple jerseys with white trim and the yellow numerals. Here's T-Town turning up the defense and making it tough on Martinsville to get anything done. Bennett dribbles to the baseline, lays it up, off glass and scores. Bennett off to a solid start to this game. Now here's Custer at the other end, a quick outlet pass, and he went right straight to the hole and scored. Now a 22nd timeout wanted with Big Gubzinski on the baseline. And it comes to Reed across the timeline. He comes. Here's Kribelar trying to take it to the hole and call for traveling. I stand corrected. Ben Black called for the walk, the 5'10 senior. And a turnover on Martinsville. Custer across the timeline to Gubzinski in the corner. Back out to Swingler. In the corner there is Custer with a long three. But an offensive foul on T-Town. The Wooden Shoes turn it over. We have 4:05 to go here in the first quarter. And it's 7-6. In favor of the Wooden Shoes. Reed gets it to Bennett, who helps bring the ball up the floor at 6-4. As the ball stripped away, Gubzinski lays it off, but a foul before that against Martinsville. In case you're just joining us here on this Saturday afternoon, Sullivan defeated the Lawrenceville Indians 74-56. In the opening game, the Indians going 0-3 in this tournament. In it comes to Swingler, now to Custer. Guarded out front. Now Gubzinski comes out at the high post on the top of the key to King. Johnny King drives down the lane, lays it up off glass and scores. Johnny King with the bucket and a 9-6 lead for the Wooden Shoes. Rich Bennett again helping to bring the ball up floor. Across the timeline he comes. Ball knocked away by King and saves it in off of Bennett. A smart play by King as he was falling out of bounds. And a timeout wanted. Well, no, a substitution made there. I do believe it's T-Town's ball. Yes, I think there was a substitution made. Maybe not. Here's a long shot by Gubzinski from the left wing, no good. Rebound is controlled by Martinsville's Craig Martin. He'll give it off to Thad Reed. Across the timeline he comes. Now to Martin, the 5'9 junior. Reed fakes against the defense of John Tipton. Tipton off the bench has played well for T-Town in this tournament. Long shot from the top of the key, a three-pointer, no good by Martinsville. Rebounded by Gubzinski. A long down-court throw and a foul charge for him. And it comes to Mitch Custer. Gets instructions from head coach Ken Crawford across the way. Long shot by Tipton from the top of the key is no good, a three-pointer. And the rebound is controlled by Martinsville's Black, Ben Black. Now off to Kribelar, who's guarded by Taylor. Here is Reed going to the basket, left side. Shot is up, no good, but he was pushed from behind, and a foul charge on T-Town. Foul on the Wooden Shoes, number 30. John Tipton. Martinsville will inbound underneath their own hoop. And it comes, the ball's knocked away, taken away. There's Custer still burning at the other end, shooting and scoring. T-Town lead, 11-6. 2:14 to go here in this first quarter of play. Now a bad pass out of bounds by Martinsville, and the T-Town pressure beginning to take effect here in this first quarter. 2:07 to go. 11-6. T-Town in this first quarter. There's a long shot by Tipton off the front iron, no good. Rebounded by Bennett. Gets it off to Reed. Across the timeline he comes. Reed, a long shot from the wing, no good. Rebounded by Tipton. Taylor, I should say. Here he is, Tipton driving to the hole, lays it up, and called for a charge as he ran over Bennett. So the T-Town Wooden Shoes turn it over. And Martinsville will have the ball with 1:40 to go in this first quarter. 11-6 in favor of the Wooden Shoes. Across the timeline comes Martinsville. A long shot is no good. Rebounded by Custer. Custer on the move, left side. Dribbles to the left baseline, lets it go from 18, no good. Rebounded by Bennett of Martinsville. Lays it off to Thad Reed. Across the timeline he comes. Now to Craig Martin. Martin dribbles top of the key, cut off. Bounce pass in the middle to Bennett. Turns with the left hand. No good. Rebound fought for. And Coming away with it is T-Town. Gubzinski right down the middle, goes to the hole, shoots, no good. Rebound tapped around, and the ball put up. 11-6, the Wooden Shoes leading here. 53 seconds to go in the first quarter. Free throw by Taylor is no good. So the score remains 11-6. Again, we'll come your way tonight from Red Hill High School for the Super Consolation and Super Championship game. Another free throw no good by Taylor, rebounded by Reed of Martinsville. He'll bring it up against the defensive Johnny King across the timeline. Right side, they go to Craig Martin. Now back to Reed on the left wing. Now Bennett dribbles to the middle. His shot is off the mark badly. And rebounded by Taylor to King. Down to Gubzinski, goes to the hole, scores, and a blocking foul. And a chance at a three-point play for free throws with 30 seconds to go in this opening quarter. 11-6, the Wooden Shoes lead. Free throw on its way. Good. Gubzinski completes the three-point play. 14-6 the score, 29 seconds. We go in the first quarter. There's a double team. We get it off to Bennett. Now back in the corner to Ben Black. Back out front to Reed. Reed hounded, gives it off to Bennett, who comes to help out. T-Town again, increasing their defensive pressure. Man-to-man all over the half court. Reed top the key. Ball stolen away by Johnny King. Lays it off. And here's the shot up by Tipton. No good. As the
Paint will help you get the job done right. That's Bryan Lumber Company, 607 East Chestnut Street in Bridgeport.
The official voice of the Lawrence County Basketball Capital Classic. This is the cool 103.1 FM, WAKO, Lawrenceville, Vincennes.
second quarter action underway. Bennett misses a shot, rebounded by Gubzinski. Now Johnny King on the left wing, dribbles to the middle free throw line, lays it off to Gubzinski. His shot is up no good against Martinsville, and so Andrew Gubzinski heads to the line. We told you yesterday, Gubzinski is being looked at by University of Illinois Chicago, UIC, also Eastern Illinois University up in Charleston looking at him. His free throw is up and in. 15-6 the score. T-Town gradually beginning to widen its lead. 16-6 the score as Gubzinski hits them both. Now full court man-to-man pressure by T-Town. Thad Reed will try to bring it up against the double team. Throws it off to Bennett. He'll get it across the timeline. Now lays it off to Craig Martin. T-Town makes things very, very tough on you, just bringing the ball up the floor. Here's Reed faking against the defensive King. They work the ball on the perimeter, do the blue streaks. Here's Black at the free throw line, lays it off to Bennett. His long shot is no good, a wild shot, and Meddy comes up with a rebound. Andy Meddy's into the game, a 6'3" senior forward for Ken Crawford. Johnny King on the left wing, looks to the middle. Now they go top of the key to Tipton. In the left corner to Gubzinski. His 18-footer is no good. Rebound by Custer. His shot bounces no good. Tipped up by Gubzinski, no good. And the rebound is controlled by Jacob Hammond of Martinsville, who's checked into the game for Dennis Bennett. Now there's a bad pass out of bounds off the hands of Bennett. It'll be T-Town ball. Mitch Custer across the timeline for the Wooden Shoes. Lays it off to Gubzinski in the left corner. Now here's Custer coming off a screen in the left corner. Lets a three-pointer go, and he scores. Mitch Custer with the three-pointer. 19-6, a 13-point T-Town lead. Thad Reed across the timeline. Johnny King has him on the man-to-man. Now to Craig Martin, picked up by Custer. Martin tries to get a screen top of the key, lays it off to Bennett. Shoots, no good, too hard. Rebound by King. T-Town wanting to run. Johnny King left side dribble on the wing. Now goes around his man, lays it off underneath him, and he scores. Beautifully done by Johnny King. And a timeout wanted.
A lot of great tire. Kelly Tires.
We're back here at LHS. Steve Anderson. Dave Saber has taken his leave, heading back to Vincennes Sun Commercial to put together tomorrow's sports edition. 15-6 after the first quarter. A flurry by T-Town has the favored Wooden Shoes in control here. Here again is full court pressure by T-Town. Bennett brings it across the timeline. Gets it off to Hammond. Well, back out front they go to Reed. Reed guarded by Johnny King. Signals play number 1. Lays it off to Craig Martin. Now between the circles to Bennett. Left side to Reed. Reed dribbled the ball off. Well, it was knocked away from behind by King. It'll still be Martinsville ball at their own end of the floor. Veteran coach Ken Crawford stalking the T-Town sidelines over across the way. Into Hammond, to Reed, in the corner to Bennett. Bennett tries to take the baseline. An off-balance jumper, no good. Rebound fought for. And controlled out of there by Martin. Lays it off to Black. His long shot is no good from the right side. A rebound. Wooden Shoe lead with 5 minutes to go in the second quarter. T-Town working the ball to Tipton. Now to Johnny King between the circles. Picked up by Reed. Now to Gubzinski. His 17-footer, no good. Gets his own rebound on the baseline. Shoots. Ball blocked away from behind. Scramble on the floor. Pulled out of there and a shot up and in. And the Blue Streaks. Free throw up and in by Tipton. 23-6. 24-6 the score. Here's Reed across the timeline, guarded by Johnny King. Looking for help. Finds it from Martin, picked up by Custer. Now back to Reed again. He dribbles between the circles. Martinsville tries to run an offensive play to Martin. Now back to Reed. In the middle they go to Bennett against the double team. Shoots off balance from the right side. No good. Rebounded by Gubzinski. Brings it down himself. Down the lane he goes. Lays it off to Custer. No good. And Custer runs it down in the right corner. Now they go to Johnny King. Loads up a 3 from the left wing. He scores. Johnny King with a bucket, and T-Town running away here. 27-6. 4:05 to go, second quarter. Only 6 points in this first half by Martinsville. Now Custer almost stealed it away. There's Tipton from behind, taking it away and laying it up and in. The avalanche has begun with the Wooden Shoes, the 11th ranked team.
444-8990.
Back here at LHS, Steve Anderson, 3:47 to go in the second quarter. 29-6 T-Town. Martinsville inbounding against full court Wooden Shoe pressure. And it comes to Thad Reed. He'll try to bring it up. Loses his dribble. Now gives it off to Bennett. He's trapped in the corner. T-Town's putting on again the pressure. Ball thrown out of bounds. Knocked out by the Wooden Shoes. It'll be Martinsville ball. Every possession a tough one with this tough T-Town defense. And it comes to Reed. He'll bring it up against the defense of Johnny King with 3:30 to go in the second quarter. Lays it off now to Hammond, who comes out to help. Now back to Reed. Now we have a foul away from the ball. Charged, I believe, on T-Town. Johnny King picked that up, throwing an elbow. His first foul. T-Town's 15th foul of the first half. Only 6 points of offense for Martinsville here with 3:20 to go in the second quarter. T-Town has 29. Wooden Shoes with that lead. Again playing man-to-man. Here's a drive down the lane by Martin. Laid off to Bennett. He completes the three-point play. 29-9, a 20-point T-Town lead. Here's John Tipton laying it off to King. Now in the corner, they go to Aaron Nieberge, who's checked into the game. Now in front of Gobzinski. His free throw line jumper is good. Just to the left of the free throw line, a floating jumper, 31-9. T-Town. Now the ball stolen away by Tipton. Tipton and down the lane, shoots and scores. John Tipton, the senior guard at 6'1", having a good game here. 33-9. 2:25 to go in the first half. Bennett across the timeline, left side, on the wing, between the circles to Reed. Reed dribbles to the lane, now off to Bennett, tries to take the baseline, shoots, no good. He was too far underneath. Rebound, last touch by T-Town. It'll be Martinsville ball. Martinsville looking to inbound, finally does to Reed Crawford. Free throw is up and in by Thad Reed. Second free throw is on its way. No good. Rebound spot for and pulled out of there by John Tipton. Here is Tipton out front. Left side dribble to Custer. Now they go top of the key to Swingler. Now the corner to Tipton, takes the baseline, goes to the hole, shoots, no good. Rebound spot for. Meddy had his hands on it. Last touched by the Wooden Shoes. It'll be Martinsville ball. Most of this crowd is filed out of here, exception of the fans of the two teams playing. Here's a long top of the key three-pointer by Bennett, no good. Meddy the rebound. Off to Custer. T-Town wanting to run. Now they'll slow it up. Tipton. Now off to Swingler. Swingler on the right side, on the wing. In the corner to Tipton. Back out to Swingler. Top of the key to Custer. Cutting to top of the key. His shot is no good. Rebound, fought for. Shot up and no good by King. Checks in. Number 40, a 5'11 senior forward. Free throw is good by Jacob Hammond, 6'3 junior. Solid guy for the Martinsville Blue Streaks. Both free throws good by Hammond, 33-12. A 21-point T-Town lead with a minute 16 to go in the first half. Martinsville fans hollering for a violation on T-Town there. Now the ball on the floor. Meddy able to come up with it, brings it back out between the circles. Swingler laying it off to Custer. Now between the circles to Repking. A lob in the corner to Custer. And the ball stolen away. Stolen away by Thad Reed. Nicely done by Reed. He stripped it right away from the All-State candidate. Here's Reed laying it off to Hammond. Now they go to Bennett between the circles. Left side pass on the wing to Kribelar. Back between the circles to Martin. Back between the circles, there's Bennett, a long three-pointer again. In and out, no good. Rebound tapped up. Hammond has it, no good. Tapped up again and controlled by T-Town, but run down. The loose ball is by Kribelar. Off to Reed. 20 seconds to go in the half. Bennett on the drive, right side, lays it up wildly off glass, no good. Rebound up by Hammond, no good. There's Martinsville battling down low and a held ball with 9 seconds to go. It's after one quarter. 6 seconds to go across the timeline. Custer, top of the key, three-pointer is no good. And that's the end of the first half of the Basketball Capital Classic Tournament. Martinsville goes with its original starting five as well. They have the ball, the Blue Streaks do, to begin the third quarter, trailing 33-12. Here is Thad Reed dribbling on the left side, lays it off underneath, and Custer saves it inbounds. A turnover on Martinsville as he stuck his hand out there and knocked it back in to Swingler. Down the corner to Custer, lobs underneath to Taylor. His shot is blocked away, and a held ball. Possession arrow in favor of the Wooden Shoes. Custer will inbound. Back out front they go to Swingler in the corner. A long three-pointer by Custer. Is free throw up and in. He'll have another and another. He was fouled in the act of shooting a three-pointer. Got them both. And one more for Custer, the number 12 on his back. Got all three of them. And the score 36-12, a 14-point lead. I should say a 24-point lead. There's the ball almost taken away by T-Town again. but knocked out of bounds by Custer. It'll be Martinsville ball. 24-point lead, 36-12 for T-Town. 7:17 to go in the third quarter play. And it comes to Reed. Reed across the timeline, right to the hole, laid it up, too short. Rebound fought for. And Taylor comes out there with it. Lays it off to Swingler on the right side. Now to Gubzinski between the circles. Out front, now to King. King on the right wing between the circles to Swingler. Now to King, the ball knocked away. A turnover on the wooden shoes. Here's Bennett. Laying it off now to Black in the left corner. He'll dribble it out to the left wing. Back out to Reed. Reed between the circles, picked up out there by Swingler. Now they go to Creighton Kribelar. Taylor picks him up. Kribelar laying it off now to Black. Black dribbles to the middle, cut off by King. Down the corner, right corner to Martin. Here's a foul shot over the wooden shoes. Then it comes to Bennett against the double team. His shot is off the iron. A rebound fought for. And so the wooden shoes have the ball. And the lead, 36-12. Across the timeline they come. Gobzinski off the King, deep on the left wing. They lob underneath for Gobzinski in this contest. And it comes to Reed. He'll bring it across the timeline. Reed loses his dribble. Now needs some help. Somebody needs to come and help him. There's the ball taken away by Gobzinski, who goes up and lays it in. I thought for a minute there he would slam it home. But he laid it in over the front rim. And it's 38-12. Here's a long shot. Three-pointer, no good by Black. Rebounded by Custer. T-Town wanting to move the ball up the floor. Laid it off to King. King on the baseline. Call for... Now T-Town with full court pressure. Ball taken away by Custer. Shot underneath, no good. And off for the wooden shoes. They lob into Gobzinski, who shoots, no good. Rebound fought for. And out of there comes Reed with it. He has the ball slapped away. And there's Custer with it. Shoots and scores. T-Town hustling. Bennett gets it in to Martin. Across the timeline he comes. Guarded by Swingler. Now Bennett, a long three-pointer, is well short of the mark and out of bounds. It's T-Town basketball. And this Teutopolis Ball Club is ranked number 11 in the Class A state poll, released this week. And you can see why, coming off of a season in which they lost only 3 games last year. Here's Johnny King working in the lane. He is hacked. As a matter of fact, we're all tournament selections. Free throw up and in. T-Town won the tournament its very first year in it, winning on this floor last year against the Newton Eagles. That won't be the case this year. It's like it'll be the Marshall Lions that will contest T-Town for the championship this year at Red Hill tonight. There's a bad pass by Bennett out of bounds, carrying it over. And the wooden shoes will have it underneath their own basket. Ken Crawford says, let's run play number 2. And it comes out front to Swingler. Now to Custer, launches a three-pointer from the right corner, no good. Taylor with the rebound, back out front. Now Custer lays it off to King. His three-pointer left side is good. Johnny King with the bucket. And it's 45-12. Here's a shot off glass, up and in by Craig Martin. A bucket for Martinsville. 45-14. 4:33 to go in the third quarter. Martinsville increases its defense a little bit. Gubzinski comes out to help his buddies at guard. Lays it off now to King. Here's Custer, a jumper from 15 on the left side of the lane, no good. Rebound controlled by Martinsville. Blue Streaks look to bring it up floor. Here's Reed behind the back dribble, left side to Black. Black, his 18-footer, it's no good. Rebound fought for underway to go in this third quarter. Basketball Capital Classic, Lawrenceville site. Action ready to come to a close for 1999. King down the lane, throws it up there, no good. As he was bumped, rebounded by Hammond. Off to Reed, and there's a steal by King, but he reached in and fouled. Bennett looks to inbound at 6'4" with Kubczynski in front of him. Finally does lay it in to Reed. Reed looking to get it across the timeline, does to Black. Black drives down the middle, lays it off now to Hammond. Reverse layup is up no good, but a foul crossed away. Free throw is no good. Not much they can do with regard to this T-Town defense, which has been suffocating against his ball club. They've only allowed them 14 points. We're 3:36 away from ending the third quarter. Now 15 points. There's a takeaway by Bennett. Bennett heading in from the left side. Shoots, no good, but a foul charge. Game against Sullivan last night in the loss. Started off well here in this game. But has been sporadic to say the least. He hits those free throws, 45-15, a 30-point T-Town lead, 35-17, I should say. Then it comes to Custer. He'll bring it across the timeline. On the right side dribble to Kubczynski out front. Out to King. King looks to the middle. Can't find anybody. There's Custer. His 18-footer on the left side of the lane, no good. Rebound fought for. And Reed has it up front to Black. Black out in front of everybody. King flashes by him. And a shot missed, no good. And here comes King the other way for T-Town. And he shoots, scores. So here's the ball. End on the inbound play. They go to Custer in the corner. And we have a foul underneath. This game is slowed to a crawl. His high arcing free throw is good. That extends the T-Town lead. He'll have another. Got them both. 47-17, 30-point lead. Again, the wooden shoes pressure up the floor. Here comes Martin across the timeline on the left side dribble. On the left wing, now back to Reed. Reed between the circles. Johnny King has him. T-Town man-to-man. Here is Sanders. Off to Martin in the lane. His shot is up no good from about 15. Kubczynski with the rebound. Laying it off up front to Tipton. Tipton left side. Reverse layup, no good. Hammond had the ball stripped out of his hands. It'll be Martinsville ball. Chip game tonight in Bridgeport. Across the timeline comes Thad Reed. Now a takeaway by Johnny King. King laying in the middle to Tipton. The ball stripped away. There's two Sanders both knocking it away. Tipton out front. Here's Custer off of a screen in the corner. Three-pointer is good from the left side. Nicely done by the wooden shoes, setting up Custer off that screen. And deep in that corner, left corner. 50-17, 2 minutes to go in the third quarter. Here on the drive for Martinsville, Justin Schweitzer. Now back to Martin, to Reed, top of the key, guarded by King, between the circles. Martin on the right baseline, his shot no good. Meddy with the rebound for T-Town. Lays it off to Mitch Custer. In the middle now, that's to Meddy. Meddy has the ball knocked away, and a turnover on the wooden shoes. Reed across the timeline. King on him. Lays it off to Martin. Martin on the left side. In the middle to Sanders. Goes to the hole. Loses it out of bounds. It'll be T-Town basketball. Minute 17 to go, third quarter. And it comes to Custer. Reed up on him, and Custer goes around him. No problem. Dribbles right down the lane. Lays it off to King. Three-pointer on the way, left side. Good. Johnny King from his buddy Mitch Custer. A three-pointer. And it's 53-17 with 58 seconds to go in the third quarter. Here's Sanders between the circles, guarded by Meddy. Off to Reed on the right wing. Pass knocked away by Tipton. Comes away with a steal. Tipton one-on-one, goes to the basket, shoots, and scores. And a foul. Free throw is on its way. And good. 56-17. With 42 seconds to go here in the quarter. Now a bad pass out of bounds. And another turnover on Martinsville. Here comes another player in for Martinsville. And it comes to Haney. Gives it off to Custer deep in the right corner. He'll bring it out to the right wing. Now dribble to the right side. Now between the circles as he waits for his teammates to set up. Left side they go to King on the wing. Now between the circles to Custer. Now to Haney. 17 seconds to go. Wooden Shoes will be content to hold for the final shot of the third quarter with this big lead, 56-17. King left side on the wing. Cross-court skip pass to Custer. Loads up a three. Bang! Mitch Custer, a three-pointer. He's got a pretty shot. And that's the end of the third quarter of play. T-Town dominating here. It's the Wooden Shoes 59, the Blue Streaks of Martinsville 17, the Boosters. Fourth quarter underway here at WAKO. We're at Lawrenceville High School. Steve Anderson on WAKO. 59-17 Wooden Shoes. Martinsville with the ball. They lay it underneath and a nice play to Jacob Hammond for the bucket. So Hammond scores 59-19, a 40-point lead for the Wooden Shoes. 7:35 to go in the contest. Haney in the corner to Nieberge. And we have it going into the championship game tonight against the Marshall Lions, who will have captured the Red Hill site. The game's not final yet, but they were leading big. Here is Bennett going to the hole and missing. Meddy comes down with a rebound for T-Town. Lays it off to Swingler, now to Meddy. There's the ball knocked away by Wilson, but he knocked it right to T-Town. And they'll come back across the timeline on the offensive end. Swingler now to Meddy. There's Haney on the left wing, looks to the middle. Finds Nieberge there. Aaron Nieberge, that's another familiar Teutopolis name. Effingham name. That area up there. There's Meddy. Left side they go to Nieberge. Looks to the middle, they lob underneath. Here's a shot up and in. Shot up and in by Todd Taylor. And now we have a foul. Starting at 6:30 this evening with the Super Consolation game. Free throw up and in by Andy Meddy. 62-19, T-Town. Another free throw is on its way. Good again. 63-19. 6:30 to go in the game. Here's Reed out front, guarded closely by Swingler. Now in the middle to stingy T-Town defense this afternoon. 6:17, the clock moving in this game. No suspense in this one. 63-19 in favor of the Wooden Shoes. Here is Meddy dribbling to the hole, shooting, and no good. But a foul charged against Tournament. Getting a chance to get in there now. Free throw is up and no good by Meddy. There's Schweitzer back into the game for the Blue Streaks. Free throw on its way and no good by Meddy. Rebound control by Wilson. Lays it off to Thad Reed. The senior guarded closely by Swingler. Behind the back dribble, down the lane. Lays it off to the new player into the game for Martinsville. That was Alan Buckner. He couldn't hold it. Now the ball will be Martinsville's. Knocked out of bounds by T-Town. Reed with the ball to Buckner. Top of the key. To Justin Schweitzer. Schweitzer has the ball taken away by Meddy. Meddy lays it off to Swingler. Across the timeline he comes. Between the circles to Meddy. Here is Haney on the left wing. Between the circles to Nieberge. In the middle they go to Haney. Ted Haney lays it off in the corner to Swingler. Swingler's 17-footer is no good right side. Rebound fought for. Wilson comes down with it for Martinsville. Off to Reed. Across the timeline he comes. Goes to the right baseline. They go top of the key to Wilson. Can't hold it. The free throw line jumper. Push shot is no good. And rebounded by Nieberge. Aaron Nieberge of T-Town brings it across the timeline himself. Meddy, left side to Swingler. Looks to the middle. Taylor was open for a minute, but he couldn't get him the ball. Now they go to Haney. Martinsville man-to-man during all this. Here's Haney in the lane. His linear in the lane is good from about 16 feet. Well done by Haney. And it's 65-19, 4:28 to go in the game. Wilson at the top of the key. Now to Reed, right side. Top of the key to Schweitzer. Guarded by Meddy. Schweitzer looking for somebody to get it to. Finally finds Reed, who comes to help him out. Again, even the T-Town second team makes it tough on you to do anything. Here's Hammond going to the... Now we got a timeout. Timeout wanted by... Free throws by Jacob Hammond. Steve Anderson here at Lawrenceville High School Gymnasium. Teutopolis leads Martinsville 65-20. As that free throw was made by Hammond, he'll have another. Got them both. 65-21. 4 minutes to go in the game. Nieberge across the timeline for the Wooden Shoes. Ball knocked away by Hammond, who hits the front row of chairs hard. Good effort by the Martinsville player. Took out Jeff Probst is into the game. 6'2" forward, junior forward for T-Town. John Repking was in there. He loses the ball. Here is Reed going to the hole, shooting and missing, but a foul charge.
Defeating New Athens 48-43.
So it turned out to be tight near the end, but Marshall did move through the Red Hill side undefeated, 48-43. So they'll be in the championship game against the Wooden Shoes at Teutopolis tonight. That'll be at 7:30 on WAKO. Now a steal by Martinsville, and Lance Sanders comes up with a bucket. 65-22. 24, I should say. 3:25 to go in the game. Now Martinsville another steal. Here's Reed out in front of everybody, going to the hole, shooting. Laid it up too hard. Sanders the rebound, puts it up from underneath, and was fouled. Free throw is on its way and no good. So Marshall defeats New Athens 48-43. Sanders' second free throw is good. Now Martinsville pressures all over the floor. Nieberge brings it up across the timeline to Swingler. Swingler down the lane, looks to dish off. Free throw on its way and good by Nick Swingler. Of course, the IHSA has never listened to me. Free throw up and in by Swingler, the 5'10" senior guard. 67-25. 3 minutes to go in this contest. Hammond deep on the right wing as Martinsville throws the ball away. Here's T-Town now moving to the other end of the floor. Shot up and in. Free throw on its way, no good, off the back iron. And a rebound shot up by Swingler, no good. His free throw is on its way and good. 69-26. T-Town. Second free throw is no good. And the rebound is controlled by the Wooden Shoes, John Repking. Across the timeline to Swingler. Now Repkin deep on the left wing. Underneath, shot up and in to Swingler. A good give-and-go play between those two. And the T-Town bench, including all the starters, happy about some of the bench guys running a good play on offense. 2:24 to go in the contest. As Martinsville works the ball on the perimeter. T-Town still man-to-man. Sanders comes out to help. There's almost a bad pass. It is a bad pass. Down. So both teams finishing up here with reserves in this contest. 2 minutes to go. 71-26. Wooden Shoes. Shot up and no good. Shot was no good by Eric Bloomer, 6'3" junior center. He almost had a... His free throw is good. 71-26. 72-26, I stand correct. Free throw no good. Rebound fought for. Swingler had it. Thought about going back up with it, but thought better of it. He'll come out and eat some clock. Minute 53 to go in the contest. Swingler now down the middle and looked to lay it up, but lost the handle. Out of bounds it goes. .147 to go in the contest. 72-26 is our score. Across the timeline for Martinsville comes number 11, Devin Wilson. Now we have an offense. Again, full court pressure by Martinsville. Now they back off into man-to-man. Nieberge across the timeline. Off to Swingler. Guarded by Wilson out front. Now to Nieberge again. Picked up out there by Justin Schweitzer. Now the ball on the floor, taken away by Martinsville, but T-Town comes up with it. Wide open is Nieberge for a layup, and he scores. Transition bucket for the Wooden Shoes. 74-26 with a minute to go in this game. Here's a three-pointer on the way. No good by Martinsville's Kenny Watson. Martinsville gets the ball back on the rebound. Wilson says, let's run the clenched fist play. We'll see what that is. Here is Schweitzer at the top of the key. He'll give it off to Wilson. Wilson looks to lay it off on the baseline. We have a double foul charge. Decided. Across the timeline comes Wilson, looks to drive the lane, has the ball stripped away, scrambled on the floor, and a held ball. Possession arrow in favor of T-Town. Nieberge will bring it across the timeline. Lay it off now. Final seconds wasting away here. 10 seconds to go. Swingler out front. Nieberge. Here's a shot, is up and no good. And that's the contest.